Welcome back, guys. I'm Zell, and can you tell which one of those is not a Ganzo? I'll give you a couple seconds here before the intro starts to look them over. Alright, guys. I have not exactly defended Ganzo over the past couple of years, but I have kinda given them a pass. And by giving them a pass, what I mean is they haven't directly copied anybody. They've always been a little smaller, a little bigger, a little bit of different design cue, and they've always had a different lock system in them. Even whenever they were using the term axis lock, which they shouldn't have been using because that's trademarked by Benchmade, excuse me. Benchmade should have been defending that trademark, not me. Same thing with the spider hole. They use spider holes, round holes, and blades, and Spyderco should be defending that, not me. But whenever it came around to these guys, the G759, I come up with a problem. I mean, get a good look at this guy. Does that look like anything you might recognize? You know, to me it looks like, kind of looks like a Delica. And, that's okay because it's not exactly like a Delica. So, if that was the case, we could probably give it a pass. However, you remember whenever we did the review on this knife? It's back there in the archives. Get a good look at that. Yeah. Bring this guy in again. Get a good look at the two of them. Let's roll them around the back sides. Good look there. See any major differences? Well, I got the calipers and everything out. The handle shapes are exactly the same. The major difference here is the texture on the handle. And, that's not a major difference. I mean, it is, but it's, we have some jimping back here, identical on both knives. The Boyd dent is slightly different. Pocket clips, exactly the same. And blades, exactly the same. And I can't support that. Now, since I said in the title that we were going to look at the 759, we're going to go over the differences. We've got this slightly different texturing from the Metal Arc 2. We've got an oval hole in the blade, and we theoretically have 440C. Since I suspect both these knives are made in the same factory, I would have to put a big question mark by that 440C, or a big question mark about the Metal Arc 2's 8CR13 MOV, but I trust Spyderco more than I do Ganzo, so I'm guessing that this, even if it is 440C, we know the deal here. Ganzo's 440C is softer than Boker or any of the American companies' 440C, so it's okay steel, but it's not great steel, and it's probably in there around that same class with the 8CR13 MOV. So you do get, I suppose you could say, a mild upgrade in steel with the 440C, and you get an oval hole instead of the Comet hole. Texturing is a toss-up, doesn't really matter either way. They both have the little smooth spot for the pocket clip to fall on. So if you want to know more about the Ganzo G759, go watch the Metal Arc 2 review. Everything I say there will be directly about the Ganzo G759. I pulled the scales off of them. They're the same internally. There's just not any differences except for those minor cosmetic things. And that is why you haven't seen a Ganzo knife on this channel in a long time. I know some of you guys sent some Ganzos in, and you guys asked me to get one of these, and I did, and that's where it all fell apart. Because I can get behind a company trying to get themselves off the ground and doing things in likeness of very popular designs, but with their own slight twist. And I was trying to give Ganzo time to grow before I started nailing them. And you guys told me to get one of these, and then whenever it showed up, I was like, hey, you know, that's cool. It's kind of like a Metal Arc 2, as one of you guys had said. And then whenever I started to do a review, I don't know, a couple months ago, I picked up the Metal Arc 2 to get it out for comparison with the review, and that's whenever I started seeing this. And that's whenever I started to get mad. Then I was pissed. And then I said, nope, not going to do a review. And then I realized that here, I don't know, a few days ago, that you guys deserve an explanation instead of me just stopping Ganzo reviews. Because like I said, some of you have sent some in for review and they haven't got reviewed. And they're not going to get reviewed. I apologize for that. At some point here, we'll have some kind of giveaway or something, and I'll unload all those knives. So, you know, there is that. But we're not going to be reviewing any more Ganzo knives until Ganzo mans up, gets their own designers, and does their own thing. Because this is a direct, 100% direct rip of the Byrd Metal Arc 2. You know, what I assume is the Metal Arc 2 is made in the same factory as the 759. And therefore the people at that factory, design team if you will, had access to the CAD CAM files for the Metal Arc 2. So what did they do? They went into those CAD CAM files, they changed the texturing, and they put this little Firebird, I don't know if we can get it in the light, little Firebird right here. And in the blade section, they took the comet hole out and put an oval hole. And that's all they did. So they went back and made their molds and fixtures, and probably didn't have to make very many fixtures. They probably cut a lot of the stuff in the same fixtures for the metal. And that was it. You know, maybe I'm not right there. That's very possible. It may be made in a different factory. But this is very much a direct ripoff of the Byrd Metal Arc 2. And for that reason, guys, I'm not going to be doing any more Ganzo reviews. It's kind of sad, but until they step up. If they step up and they get their own designs going out there and they get rid of some of the designs like this that are direct copies of other makers' work, I'll consider it, just like Kaiser. I will review a Kaiser knife at this point because Kaiser has done away with all the junk they used to do, and they are now doing their own designs, they're bringing in designers, and they're making good knives, and they're making some great knives. So I will deal with Kaiser, and I'll do the same with Ganzo if they step it up and they do that sort of thing. You know, they don't have to be contracting U.S. designers and stuff, but if they would get their own design team together and bring out their own designs and get rid of all the old copies, yeah, I'll do some more Ganzo reviews. So anyhow, guys, I just wanted you to have an explanation about that. If you want to know more about the Ganzo G759, I have a Byrd Metal Arc 2 review. It's in the archives. And like I said, everything I said about the Metal Arc 2 applies to the G759. And I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me and letting me rant for a few minutes. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.